Hello, everyone. It has been a moment since I have posted a video. I have simply been nurturing my own emotions through my uh, process of trying to reestablish a relationship with my daughter, navigating the complexities of how to communicate with her father, um, especially because I still need to check on her. I have throughout the whole process. I have never not started neglecting the um, responsibility that I hold as her mother for reaching out and checking with people that know her, um, checking with her father, who is the sole guardian over our daughter. Um, it's difficult. It is a difficult process. It takes some nurturing of your own emotions to be able to deal with people that you have had a heart wrenching situation occur with. This could be a time where you think of you must swallow your pride for the bigger picture and for the greater purpose of being a parent, healing relationships through a crisis of any kind that might arise, especially through the parental alienation that my daughter and I have went through. Um, this video is going to deal with the necessity of quality conversations over quantity. I know that that's often spoke of in business, and we often think of it in terms of relationships that are founded toward a career, your work quality, quality over quantity. Um, but conversations require, especially throughout a crisis, the quality of conversations over quantity. And those in themselves can be difficult because our human nature, our self preserving side, will lean toward the desire to protect, to pull back. You will naturally not want to have those conversations. Think of it as don't rock the boat. No one wants to rock the boat. But if that boat is hung up on shore, you need to rock it because otherwise it's never going to float on the open waters again. Um, I am very proactive about making sure that I do all I can to have those quality conversations. I have even done that in other relationships with family members where I realize that there is a lack of respect, a lack of relationship quality due to crisis, due to family trauma of any kind. And your natural instinct is to not say anything. And sometimes that has been advised in the greater society advice is sometimes it's best not to say something if it's going to cause friction. In reality, those situations must be judged and assessed by each situation and by each moment. There might be times that it is appropriate. And there might be times when you have given a situation enough time to mend. You've given the other party, the other people, the opportunity to process and to recognize what their actions are, to process what you have previously said, or even to process the crisis itself. Um, they can't process a crisis and a lack of quality of relationship and conversations if you do not speak out for the lack of quality. This is where honesty and this is where authentic relationships are built. You must be able to be your advocate. You must be an advocate for the quality of conversation. You must be an advocate for the quality of relationships, because the quality of a relationship is founded on the quality of the conversation itself. When you're dealing with a child that has went through trauma, parental separation, um, even family separation from other family members and from community members, you must be kind and gentle, but you must be honest, and you must be forthcoming of truth when you have given enough time for that trauma to be processed. Because if you don't, you are allowing for false foundations of relationship to be made. You are allowing an opportunity for the lies or for the misunderstandings or the misconceptions to gain foundations within that person's mind, within their emotions, and within their memories, especially when dealing with children and people of younger ages. My daughter was 7 when this situation happened. Parental separation occurred to her overnight. Um, at 7, her memory is, she has told me that she has a memory, but she's never felt comfortable telling me what those memories were. And I suspect that that is because those memories have been filled with misconceptions or lies or perceptions that were only one sided by the people that came into her life 100% of the time overnight, who had not been there 100% of the time. And those are situations that you must handle gently, but you must not abandon your honesty and your credibility for who you are, for the quality of relationship and the quality of communication you have. I reached out. I left my daughter and my oldest son a group message together. My oldest son was struggling with communication, just because he's 20 and 20-year-olds are going through a lot. These times are very difficult for them in society because they're going through a generational change that is different in society. And we all are bombarded with the videos of this generation versus this generation. And I find humor in them at times, but I also find that they could be detrimental toward the respect and the growth of each generation. I look at my 20-year-old's process and I try to remember how it probably was for the generation who were embracing Elvis Presley, and that the older generation thought that he was horrific, sinful, um, everything bad about society. But in reality, when you look at a situation, you must be able to realize that your ethics and your principles shouldn't be founded in music. They should be founded in who you are and what your actions are and what you teach at home. So, my 20-year-old was dealing with communication issues as well. So I took the opportunity to send them both a group message, which I keep active. I reach out to them and I let them both know that I let my daughter know um, that I am here for her. I let her know also about my own emotions and my own hurt, my own heartbreak of not having her and having her taken from my life and from our life overnight. And I also conveyed my 20-year-old's hurt because he had expressed to me over the years that he felt like he was just intruding upon her happy life. And that's why he did not continue to reach out to her. And I understand why after receiving responses from her about um, how she felt. Um, Also, it gave her responses gave great insight into the false memories that she has. And no matter what the reasons are for that, if that is her own memory processing, if it is the trauma that is taken away the accurate memories, or if it's the fact that at 7, I protected her from the whole story of what was going on during the court battle. I tried to keep everything as basic and as normal in her life as I could until she was taken. And that was difficult, but I also recognize that could be a part of her false memories as well. Um, and I have to give her time to mature as a young woman. She is 17, she will be 18 October. And I have to be respectful of her emotional hurt. But at the same time, I have to ensure that quality conversation is being founded from this day forward. Okay, I'll come in a minute. Love you. That was my youngest daughter. So, what I have to relay and what I hope to remind you guys of is that, of course, we must guard our own hurt. We must nurture our own hurt. We must process it. Our emotions are valid. Our hurt is valid. Those tears need to fall. And we must protect ourselves from retaliation in our actions and in our words, but we must speak honestly and we must make sure that each conversation we have with those involved in the crisis and the relationship that is broken, that it is quality, positive foundations that are looking forward, that allow them to know that you will give them trust and that you will give them support and love and nurturing, but you will also give them the truth. The truth is what sometimes people don't want to tread on because that is rocking the boat, that is bringing up the difficult conversation of the crisis itself. Approaching that is different in every situation. And I advise everyone to seek the advice of professionals. There are psychologists and there are counselors everywhere, even online ones now that you can reach out to that specialize in parental alienation, family separations, crisis relationships. These professionals can help guide you through. My education in IO psychology has given me insight into the psychological aspects to support myself, but I also have a professional who helps me. I turn to my doctors, I turn to my professionals, and I help them guide me on being able to convey my own hurt, but also making sure that I keep myself in check for myself, that I am being truthful and honest to myself, because if you're not authentic to your own emotions, you can't be authentic to other people. You are no good to anyone if you can't take care of yourself. So that is the process that we must guard. I I cautiously interact with my daughter. Every text message is very guarded. I have not spoke to her on the phone um, for several weeks, and it is due to the fact that it was time to have those quality conversations based on truth. And I had her delete me from social media, defend her father because of the truth that I said she took offensively, and ignored the positive statements that I made about her dad. Um, those are difficult for me to process, especially when I am working so hard to heal my own heart, but also dedicate myself toward a future that my daughter will be able to walk back to me with open arms one day. Um, and at the same time, I do prepare myself for if she never does come back openly and lovingly as a daughter who needs her mother. I have done my best. I have been here for my other three children, and my relationship with my other three children are solid. Those relationships are full of love, happiness, um, ups, downs, but we work together as a family. And I hold that into my perspective as I look toward the downfalls and the shortcomings of my relationship through this crisis with my daughter. So, quality. You have to think. You have to stop before you text. You have to think before you write. You have to think before you talk. These are the times that we must be guarded, because our quality of conversation will define the relationship in the future. Um, those can be difficult because at times you want to say something that defends your hurt, your emotions when something negative is said towards you or toward the situation itself, or even if it's something not true. You must guard the moment strategically with those text messages, with those phone calls, with those interactions, because in order to lay the foundation for a relationship in the future that is solid, you must have quality conversation that is founded in honesty and quality. Um, there are academic writings that they teach you when you deal with your writings, you must have quality in those words. And that lays forward for every level. Okay. So my youngest is needing me. Um, I need to go repair a TV issue for her. But this will conclude my video for today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful spring. This is May the 4th. 2026. Beautiful spring weather, bunnies everywhere, um, birds everywhere. I just love it. I love spring. I love the flowers coming out. I love the change of all seasons. So, have a wonderful day. Um, Press forward, give yourself love, give yourself credit for the hard work that you are doing in this relationship and healing process for your future generations. And remember, quality conversations over quantity. I don't care how long those conversations might be in between, and that can be hurtful, but it's the quality, because you're building that quality for the foundation of your future relationship. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I hope spring, or whatever season you're watching this video, is wonderful. And I will see you next time.